I'm the man now. Nobody ever gave a handout. For the stretch, talking grams loud. Cut them off, get a handout. Bro talk, what's that about?
Yo, what's going on, people? You know who it is. It's yours truly, Tay Wiz, of course, coming live and direct from the man cave as usual. For those subscribers out there that is not subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit that bell. If you're not subscribed to my Twitter page, hit that burr at TAE_WIGGS. And of course, the link to my website is below. We have 4 games that was on tap last night. It was hard to go back and forth because 4 of these games, both of them come on at the same time in that slot. You had the Raptors going up against the Wizards, 7 o'clock game. You had the Cavs and the Pacers, another 7 o'clock game. Then you got the Jazz and Thunder, and you had the Rockets and Timberwolves. Both them games come on now at 9:15, 9:30. So I had to pick one of each. So I said, you know what? I'm going to pick this Cavs and Pacers game because LeBron James, in his first time, is in the Game 5 situation in the first round of playoffs. So I said, you know what? I'm going to pick them. Then, of course, we're going to pick the OKC and Utah Jazz game because Utah is up 3-1. Can the Thunder make it something where they can win tonight? We're going to see. But we're going to get right to it. I'm watching the Cavs game and just looking at what's been going on and transpired throughout the game, the Cavaliers starting off sluggish in the first quarter, going into early foul trouble, and it's so hard because LeBron James been carrying the team right now a lot through the playoffs, not only through the playoffs but also through the regular season. And I'm looking at what these players did. I'm looking at Bo Bogdanovic. What he had, 11 points. Miles Turner so far been the disappointment in this series up this far. 8 points and 3 rebounds coming from your big man. He can do more because now he's starting to fall in love with that three-pointer. Like I keep saying, the big man should not be outside shooting threes. That's what you got your perimeter players for. Your big man supposed to be inside the interior banging. So when you got your centers and power forwards shooting threes, there's going to be room for other players to rebound. And that's how sometimes you get beat on the glass like that because you don't have enough hands on your team to grab the ball. A lot of black jerseys get a lot of rebounds tonight. Thaddeus Young, who I thought also played fabulous tonight. So when I look at these 2 guys on the Pacers who played great tonight, that's definitely getting a shout out. Thaddeus Young with 16.6 rebounds, and you had Domantas Sabonis with 20 points and 5 rebounds. So these 2 guys brung it. Yes, he missed an easy layup down the stretch. Just imagine if he'd have made that layup and came down the next possession and hit that 2-pointer. You talking about they could easily win this game, not knowing that LeBron James is going to heave up a shot like that and make the shot. But we're going to go back what led up to this point. Who I thought played fabulous for the Cavaliers? There was a lot of ball movement going around. The Cavs actually playing defense for once. They let their guards down a little bit towards the end of the fourth quarter. They couldn't score in their last 8 shots. They was 0 for 8 with 4 minutes to go until LeBron James hit that 3. I'm looking at J.R. Smith. He played 32 minutes last night. And people were looking at, oh, J.R. killed me. He ain't got no points. But before I say this, I didn't mention this other guy's name, but let me say this. J.R. Smith had 32 minutes. He's the donut guy. You know, I always talk about the donut guy. He had 0 points. He's in the starting 5, but he also gave you 2 rebounds, 3 assists, but I like the 2 steals, but he was 0 for 8. Yes, I know he was 0 for 8. But I like what he did. The guy's name for the other team is Victor Oladipo. And then you're trying to figure out, oh, you forgot Victor Oladipo. How you forget Vic? I didn't forget Vic. As I was sitting here before you guys on some last segment, I told you in previous segments, I said, hey, Victor Oladipo is not scoring no more than 30 this series. He scored 37 points in a game 1 of this series. You go through the other games, 19, 24, even this game. He had 12 points, but he had 12 rebounds. So you get respect to 12 rebounds. But the 12 points, he is their most improved player. He will be the most improved player of the league. He is their star player of the team, of the franchise. The one thing that y'all not giving credit to that man, J.R. Smith, He held Victor Oladipo 2 of 15 shooting. He played great defense. Great defense. But nobody's not saying that. The first thing they keep saying J.R. Smith had a bad shooting night. There's other ways that he is making up for this. He played defense. He said, you know what? I can't score. I'm about to lock up on Victor Oladipo. And he did that. Held Victor Oladipo to 12 points. Most of his points came from where, guys? Their free throw line. And I ain't going to say everything that he was doing at the free throw line was good, because a lot of them shots he was kind of flopping on, which I don't understand. But you got to do what you got to do to get your team over the hump and put your guys on your back. He went 2 for 15. J.R. Smith went 0 for 8. That balances out. You kept Victor Oladipo under 30, but not only under 30, you kept him under 15 his scoring average. Victor Oladipo averaged about 25 points per. So when you kept him down his average, man, praises to J.R. Smith, man. J.R. Smith, player of the game on defense, which I like. And some people say, hey, you can't forget about Bron. Bron, we know Bron had the block. Bron always get that block in the game key situation. And you cannot argue that. That's what he's supposed to do. He get the block. He play that weak side defense I was talking about to one of my guys earlier. I said, look, they're going to be in this little weak side defense. And I guarantee you, the one thing, if you're going to go to the hole on LeBron James, you cannot come to the hole weak. Not with the weak layups. You got to come with the force like you're going to tear the rim down. You do not let LeBron James catch you off the backside. There's probably some controversy there. Somebody going to ask me, hey, you think that was a goaltender? I looked at it again. I rewound the TV about like 3 times. According to my knowledge, the ball did touch the backboard. Yes, I'm a Cavs fan. I'm sitting here with the Cavs jersey on. But the ball, to my knowledge, the NBA said if the ball touched the backboard, it's considered goaltending if the player come and touch the ball off the backboard and swipe it away. It's considered goaltending, but you know, house money, house rules. So everybody know if you at home, 9 times out of 10, the home team benefit from the calls. I don't care what sport you play. The home team benefits from the calls. You think the ref's going to call that call down the stretch like that? Wasn't going to happen. I thought Jose Calderon came off the bench big. He had a clutch 3-2 in the fourth quarter. But another person who I thought played really good was Kyle Korver. 5 for 9 from the 3-point line. But not only 5. He had 6 rebounds. He had 19 points. And the crazy thing is, you can't even get Kyle Korver this much space. If you give him a smidgen of a space, it's cash money. Cash money. He's knocking shots down. Kevin Love, he has 2 for 11. The other night he was 2 for 10. But I noticed a trend with Kevin Love. When Kevin Love scores single-digit points, the Cavaliers lose. You see what I'm getting at? Game 1, 9 points. And in Game 4, he had, Game 4, Game 3, I think he had 8. So you looking at the games that they won. He's in double figures, which is ironic because this is what you want him to do. I mean, yes, he gets you 11 points, 10 rebounds, and people say that's not good enough. I'd take it. You would take that if it's winning. As long as he had that double figure scoring, you can get wins. The one thing, like I keep saying about the Cavaliers team or other teams throughout the playoffs, everybody just want everybody to score. You got to sacrifice and do other things. All right, I'm not scoring. I got to be the best pick and roll guy out here. I got to set screens. That's what Kevin Love is doing, setting screens and putting the players in the right position. Yes, he misses a couple of easy layups, but I know one thing. He commands a double team. I know if you double team, he's a good playmaker. He's a good ball passer. Probably the second best ball passer on the Cavaliers outside of LeBron James. He's going to get them boys that ball, and they're going to shoot. Fantastic role for him. Like I said, it wasn't the best shooting night for Kevin Love, but he found other ways to get himself inserted into the game, going to the free throw line, making the referees blow the whistle. LeBron James, man, you know, he may not be Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and players like this. All these guys, Michael Jordan, Kobe's, these guys are special players. These guys are all GOATs. There's nothing you can say about none of those guys, man. They win. They know when it's time to win. They know when it's time to put that cape on and go to work. I'm looking at LeBron James. 44 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. He had a steal. But the one thing I liked was that one block. He had that one block. He had that same block in the NBA Finals against Andre Iguodala a couple years ago back in 2016. He had that one block. And like I said, Victor Oladipo could have easily dunked that ball, but he did. He chose to lay up. He thought it was sweet. LeBron James put that ball in the backboard. LeBron James had that one block. They got the rebound with 3.3 seconds left. J.R. Smith turned around quick, called a timeout, looked at the ref and called a timeout. They advanced the ball. Talking to my cousin on the phone. We like, what Bron gonna do? I said, look, it's kind of crazy. I see J.R. Smith 0 for 8, probably not gonna touch the rock. Kyle Korver, they on him, they double teaming him. I said, then you got Kevin Love out there. I look at LeBron, they get LeBron the ball. I said, LeBron about to cash this out. LeBron James took 3 dribbles in, stepped to the left, hit that 3. It wasn't no rinky dink 3-pointer. It was straight cash. It went straight through and pierced the hole. I was at the house going crazy, bananas. Man, you gotta just sit back and appreciate guys like LeBron James. A lot of these guys only come once in every 10, 15 years through the league like that. Special type players. It was Kobe, Jordan, all these guys. All these guys are special. But LeBron James is a different type of special. It's an all-around player guy. And people be like, oh, LeBron James don't hit game winners. He's not clutch. LeBron had hit some clutch shots. LeBron James had knocked down some game winners. People forget. They're not accustomed to seeing it to happen because 9 times out of 10 when LeBron James step on the court, he don't put his teams in that type of situation to hit game winner shots. Because sometimes when they win games, sometimes he wins games by 5 or 10 points. So you don't want to get into tight situations like that in the game. Man, he stepped back and hit that 3 to the side. Crowd went crazy. I was at the house like this. Wow, LeBron with the game winner. I mean, you can't preach that. You can't preach that, man. Like, it is what it is. That's a bad dude, man. LeBron James, player of the game, man. When he hit that 3, man, that's the reason why he's in my eyes. We know that James Harden may be the MVP, but LeBron James should be the MVP this year. He's the most valuable player to his team. If you take James Harden off his team, Chris Paul can still lead them to wins. If you take LeBron James off the Cavaliers team for 2 weeks, the Cavaliers will go on an 8 or 7 game losing streak. And it's just facts. It's just facts. That's just how it is. But I'm going to let y'all see this video I was talking about with that LeBron James step back 3. Yeah, that was bananas.
Oladipo matched up with James. 5 to shoot. Oladipo makes his move. Drives to the rim. Oh, it's blocked by James. Timeout Cleveland. The denial by LeBron James. And the Cavaliers will have possession with 3 seconds to go. And with 3 seconds left, Cleveland triggers in. James, 2 seconds, 1 second for the win. Oh! LeBron James delivers. That's a winner in Cleveland.
Now, y'all seen the video of LeBron James in the game-winning shot last night over Thaddeus Young on the Indiana Pacers. A lot of people would say LeBron James scared to take the last shot. That's why he got to get players around him to hit the game-winning shots. He called his own number, took the game-winning shot. He lived for those moments and stuff like that when he said everybody dreams of hitting the game-winning shot on one of the biggest stages in the NBA. And he's doing it right now in the playoffs. So I had to put up there for the LeBron James haters or people who just not a fan of his, say he's scared to take the last shot to put his team on his back and win the game. He did it. Nothing but net, nothing not that crazy stuff. Going side to side and the ball pierced straight through the net. There was 2 other games was on last night. Of course, you had the Houston Rockets playing the T-Wolves. T-Wolves lost, packed the season in. They lost 104-122. James Harden with his 26 points, 12 assists. Clint Capella with his 26 points and 15 boards. Can't forget about the floor general CP3, 12 points, 9 assists. You know he's gonna lead his team in assists and find different ways so his players can get involved in the game. Trevor Ariza also had a big game too with his 16 points. And this may be the team to beat this year in the NBA playoffs. We know the Golden State Warriors will defend the champions. They got a lot to say about that. But hey, anything can happen, man. One game at a time. But the Rockets look legit. Mike D'Antoni over there got them boys playing better. I just think the install of Chris Paul got the whole team going even better. James Harden, they got him playing a little bit of point guard, but Chris Paul, so he's like in the off guard. But lately, Chris Paul been pushing that ball up the court a lot lately, and James Harden been that off guard. That's what I've been seeing. I don't know about y'all, but that's what I've been seeing watching these games lately. Uh, like I said, T Wolves, man, fantastic year, man. What they're gonna do in the all season? I think they need to make a move because Jimmy Butler and Andrew Wiggins, they're sort of the same type of player. I think they need to make a move. Probably trade Andrew Wiggins, see what they can get for him. Or something. They do have a young talent team, but I just thought Thibodeau got lost with the Derrick Rose rotation because I was Derrick Rose was playing more in this series than Jamal Crawford. I thought what got them to the playoffs, they should have kept going. They signed Derrick Rose late in the season. Got a buyout of contract. He made the team, and so he made the playoff roster. But if they keep this team together, this team is kind of legit. But they do need to make a move to address somebody. I need another scorer off the bench to go along with Jamal Crawford. Another ball handler, maybe something like that. Because, Titus Jones is not enough. Second game of that quadruple header I did watch. I watched the Utah Jazz and the Thunder. The reason I watched this game because I thought that the Jazz was going to take care of business at OKC. Russell Westbrook said, hey, man, I'm the former MVP. You're not going to come up. This rookie Donovan Mitchell not coming to my building sending me home. Oh, no, no, no. I'm going to show you why I'm the MVP. I'm going to show you why I'm the MVP. I'm looking at the stats. Jay Crowder, man. Not only did this Utah Jazz came out in their first quarter and Flago, Joe Ingles and Jay Crowder, these dudes hit like 10 threes in the first quarter, man. Like, everybody was chipping. They hit 10 threes amongst the two of them. Carmelo Anthony, man, couldn't even keep up. I'll talk about him later. But Jay Crowder with his 27 points, 8 boards. Donovan Mitchell, he had 23 points. He was 9 for 22. And you looking at where he's a rookie. Of course, he's going to hit a... It was so unique about this rookie, him and Ben Simmons and Jason Tatum. They've been consistent. These guys haven't hit the rookie wall. Never seen anything like it. Never hit the rookie wall. Not only, but 3 guys. The people I see in my eyes that I can vouch for, I haven't seen hit the rookie wall like that was Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, and the Dwayne Wade. That was back in 2003 when they was rookies. Didn't even hit a rookie wall. And you get in this another 15 years later with a Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, and the Ben Simmons not hitting a rookie wall, man. That's some elite company right there, man. Just dropping a jewel on y'all with that one, man. These guys in the playoffs, man, and they carrying their team, and that's just this. This is why I'm vouching for Donovan Mitchell to be the rookie of the year. I've been calling it since Summer League, and y'all can go look at that. When I said Donovan Mitchell torches the Summer League, go look down my timeline, my YouTube video. You will see that I said this, or you can go on my website, and you can see that I said, "Hey, Donovan Mitchell is a special type of rookie." I won't be surprised. He was my dark horse to be rookie of the year, and I'm still riding with him to be that rookie of the year. And like I said, I won't be surprised to be co-rookie of the year, so both guys are deserving. Well, I'm looking at Donovan Mitchell. He had a bad shooting night, 9 for 22, but he still has 23 points. He still has been aggressive and trying to lead his team to the victory, but they fell short. Ricky Rubio, 10 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. Still trying to do, like I said, Joe Ingles played great, man. 16 points, getting the Paul George skin, what hurts. But what hurt the Jazz the most last night in this game when I was watching it, they're 2 big men. Rudy the Stifle Tower, Gobert got in foul trouble early. Derek Favors early. When both of your big men picking up 3 and 4 fouls in the first half, that is tough because the whole dynamic of the game switches from them on defense. Russell Westbrook was attacking the hole. Paul George was attacking the hole. Everybody was attacking. Steven Adams was even being more attackful on the hole. When you start attacking the hole, the big guys put their guard down like, all right, I'm not trying to pick up my 6th foul. I'm going to let him score. I'm not trying to pick up my 5th. I got to let him score because it changed the dynamic of the game. The Thunder was being more aggressive. This team was down by 25 points just because the big... And this team, the Utah Jazz is special. I won't be surprised if Utah win this game Friday, but it's not over yet. Russell Westbrook said, we're going to win. They gonna win game 6, and they gonna force a game 7. So you got like that attitude from Russell Westbrook. But to be in all honesty, this OKC Thunder team should not be down 3-2 with all that talent they got. And I'm looking how they got these boys in foul trouble. Like I said, I'm telling you, mark my word. Take note. Hashtag take note for the Utah Jazz. Take note to what I'm saying to you Jazz fans. Y'all gonna be loud in that stadium. I already know y'all gonna be loud in that arena. I guarantee you Rudy Gobert not gonna be in foul trouble. I guarantee you Derek Favors won't be in foul trouble. If them guys stay around 3-2 fouls that whole game, Utah gonna win that game at home. They just got in foul trouble. That's how they won. And yes, OKC Thunder was down by 25. And what helped them win this game? Third, like I always say, your first quarter dictates what you're going to do in the third quarter. They had a terrible first quarter. OKC did. But that third quarter, 37 points in the third quarter, man. Russell Westbrook's on fire. Paul George, a.k.a. Playoff P, that's what they call him, Playoff P. Man, lit it up, man. 34 points, 8 rebounds. Finding his niche. I think Paul George last night was more aggressive. He was way more aggressive, going to the hole, trying to find his shot. He laid off the three-pointer a little bit, but he's being more aggressive. But the person who was very aggressive was Russell Westbrook. Yes, the dude took 39 shots on 45 points, but somebody had to do it because even if he had 15, I always point this out. When the Thunder win games like this, Russell Westbrook do not average a triple-double. He either going to have, we know he's going to have a double figure in points. Either he going to have, like his stat right now say 45 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. And that comes with win. Now, if they would have lost, Russell Westbrook's stat would have been like this if they would have lost last night. It would have been 35 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists. When he's doing stuff like that, they're going to lose. I feel like when he does less and get less assists, let somebody else take over and be another scorer with him, they win. And I don't know if y'all seen the game like I seen it. I thought the Thunder played much better in a faster pace when Carmelo Anthony was on the bench. I know there's a lot of Melo fans out there, but Melo is a defensive reliability. He jogs up the court. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he hasn't found his rhythm of shooting because the pace is so fast for him. Russell Westbrook and Paul George, man, they play at a fast pace. Carmelo Anthony is a half-set offensive type of player. You got to run them half-court sets for him. You can't do it. He's just slow. I mean, like I said, man, it's a difference between when Melo was in Denver, he had to stay in shape because he had true veterans up there. And they made sure he like, look, this is what you got to do, man, if you want to be great. He went to New York, cut his braids off, picked up a couple of pounds. He ain't been the same since to me. To me, not hating. This is what I'm just seeing over the Carmelo Anthony progress of during his season. Like, this is what I've been seeing over the last course of years, the years he's been in the NBA. His body, like, he doesn't care about how he looks and how he get down the court. Melo, don't get me wrong, Melo's a hell of a player. But Carmelo Anthony, if he loses about 15 pounds to get back into that shape, because he a bully on the block. Hands down, Melo's a bully on the block. But to give me 25 minutes with 7 points and 5 rebounds, that ain't cutting it, man. That ain't cutting it, Melo, man. Russell Westbrook and Paul George, I think those the only 2 guys that was in double figures, man. That's not going to happen again, man. Somebody going to have to step, like I keep telling people. OKC Thunder bench is probably if not the weakest bench in the playoffs. Because they're not getting scoring from nowhere else off the bench. Ray Phil not going to give you nothing. Alex Abrines ain't going to give you nothing, but he stepped up tonight. Him and Jaren Grant stepped up tonight and made some crucial stops on defense. That's what they did. Like I said, sometimes if the offense not there, You have to surrender something else. And like, you know what? I can't score. I'm gonna surrender my scoring, but I'm gonna get back on defense. I'm gonna work here because people don't, defenses. They always say offense sells tickets and defense wins championships. Nobody cares about offense in the playoffs. Playoff basketball is let's get a stop. Hey man, let's stop this team right here. That's all they say on TV, and that's all you be sitting at the house with your peoples. They say, hey man, they score here, we gotta get a stop. That's all people worry about. We gotta get a stop. Regular season, it's a highlight show. How many points people say, for instance, I sit down, how many points you think he can go for? Like, I say about 30. He might go for 30 and probably 8. When playoffs start, the conversation change. And the first thing people say, yo, we in the playoffs, all that stuff we did in the regular season don't count no more. And you talking to your peers and you're like, the keys to victory, we got to play defense, we got to get stops. The talking change. And people don't understand that. Everybody want to see who can get off and who can score what. And the one thing Alexander brings, and Jared Grant did, they got stops on defense. Can they pick this up? Because I guarantee, like I said, them boys in Utah, Derek Favors and Rudy Gobert, and they ain't gonna have anything. They're not gonna be in foul trouble like that. But both of them in foul trouble? So going back to Utah, I think Utah will close this game out up there in Utah at home in 6. Because Russell Westbrook got to do more to get this win. It got to just be him and Paul George, man. Playoff P, that's what y'all call him. I just feel like Jay Crowder hitting threes, being aggressive on the offensive end, and most people would say, I'm reading my Twitter, where was he when he played for Cleveland? First of all, watching the Cavaliers, I don't think they run a set offense. Brian get the ball, dribble, and set his own plays up. That's what it looked like to me. Jay Crowder is a system guy. They play defense. The Cavaliers have a defensive set. I keep saying that. He go to Utah, they in a defensive scheme. He knew where he's supposed to be at the floor at all times. And that's the thing that people don't get about Jay Crowder. He's a hell of a ball player. Some people say, oh, he's mediocre, or he's trash. There's no trash player in the NBA. You talk about these some of the best 425 guys in the league that get drafted or get picked into play in that basketball league. So when you call somebody trash, the first thing I always tell people, can you beat that person? And they might say, I probably can. You are probably a lie. And you can't beat them. Because guess what? Most people who say they can beat them ain't but 5'8", $190. You can't even beat the guy that's got the suit and tie on as in some street clothes on the practice squad. So I don't even want to hear that. So we can stop that talk right there. Those are some special type guys. You can't even beat these guys in a free throw competition. So when I hear people say that, man, I don't even respond to them. Like I said, the Thunder had the big third quarter, which led to that great fourth quarter. The confidence was gone from the Utah Jazz. Because one thing I noticed about the game, when the Thunder was charging back into the game and they took that lead, Utah played panic ball. They tried to answer every shot that the Thunder made with a three-pointer. That you don't do that because when you shoot them threes, it leads to long rebounds and easy outlet passes and ones. Play your game, slow the pace down, and you can be victorious. The Thunder took care of business. Because I guarantee you, if they would have lost this game tonight, the Thunder, can you imagine what that paper would have said? In OKC, the Utah Jazz thunderstruck the OKC Thunder. Or, what's going to happen now? We lost 4-1. The next question, is Paul George going to sign with the Thunder? Or is he off to LA or to Cleveland or something like that? What are we going to do with Carmelo Anthony? Should we trade him? Or is he going to opt in for his $28 million? This is all the stuff they're preparing for. Or, better yet, I got one even better for you. If they would have lost this game tonight, I guarantee you Billy Donovan would have got fired. If he lose Friday, he might get fired for going out in the first round because that would be a disappointment because you have a Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony, a future Hall of Famer Russell Westbrook, and a potentially one at Paul George, and you put that team together and y'all can get out the first round of the playoffs, That's when I was seeing from them the first half from the Thunder, they weren't playing with no fight. They weren't playing with no guts or glory. Like they was down 3-1. They was playing like, here come Utah, punching us in the mouth again. But wherever they did at halftime, made some adjustment. That was a totally different Oklahoma City Thunder team. That was a team that was looking like we belong in the playoffs because they was playing like in the first half was straight trash. And when I was a Thunder fan, I would be disappointed if they come out and play like that again Friday. Because if they come out and play like that again Friday in Utah and the crowd is behind Utah, man, you can forget about it. That's not, you just can't just flick a switch and say, you know what, I'm going to flick my switch on. We're going to just go to work. It don't happen like that. Because coming down by 25 points like that in the NBA playoffs, I think they're like the 4th team in NBA history to do that. That's hard work and dedication, man, to get a stop like that. So, see y'all Friday. Y'all know who it is, man. Tay Wiz coming live and direct from the man cave, man. Y'all know where I'm at, man. Do y'all thing, man. Peace.